I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. Out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
Hello everybody and welcome to Bear Country, where the offloads are as free-flowing as the rest of the rugby. The wingers are blink and you'll miss them quick, and for one day only, the circus is in town. This is a game new Bristol head coach Scott Lawson admitted he ringed in his calendar in his fattest felt tip as soon as the schedule was announced. First outing on Ashton Gate's immaculate track before the TNT cameras, and a rematch of what was a scintillating semi-final back in March. Thing is, the reality of Bears' campaign hasn't yet lived up to the anticipation. They've 5 points from 3 fixtures and need to turn things around pronto if they are to hit the dizzying heights that this lot expect. Fortunately, they've had a week off to freshen up, tighten screws and even secure the signature of one of the best playmakers on the planet. And there she is, Ruahei Demant, Black Ferns co-captain and former World Player of the Year, someone with an alchemist's touch. Today, she'll work in tandem with Lucy Skews to catalyse a backline boasting the velvety Emma Orr and Ella Lovibond, and the out-and-out pace of Millie David and Renika Bonner. Up front, Simi Pam and Sarah Bernard, two of the most dynamic props in the game, and Abby Ward's leadership will be essential. The champions, meanwhile, have won their last 6 visits to Bristol, and here are the 23 tasked with extending that today. The headlines come at 8 and 10, where the Totemic Alex Matthews and Claykie George have been tapped out for Georgia Brock and Lizzie Golden. Brock was astonishing here in January, brought on with half an hour to go and instantly the best player on the pitch. Golden, meanwhile, was rehabbing a ruptured ACL, but she is back and starting for the first time in 21 months. Elsewhere, all the usual suspects and 13 full internationals. Fun for everyone here in BS3, and if their slot fancied rewinding the tape to when Gloucester Hartpury last tasted defeat, they'd be sat for a wee while. That was a year ago to the day, and fittingly it was Bears who served that bitter dish up. They've since reeled off 15 straight victories, underlining their credentials with thick, bold brushstrokes again and again and again. But just when we were starting to wonder if they might be becoming a little over-reliant on some of their megastars, Dan Murphy shakes things up and drops a Golden into the fray whilst handing Georgia Brock duties at the base. What an opportunity for these two. The women in lilac all conquering 4 matches, 4 bonus point victories. Stark contrast to the home side. Thumped Tigers in their opener. That a great start, flying from the traps, but not a point for their troubles since. Well beaten by Saracens and Trailfinders, and with this lot to overturn in a bid to get their season back on track. Red Roses back in Bristol. Ashton Gate, the scene of that thrilling World Cup semi-final victory over Les Bleus of France. Those two, Tatiana Hurd and Mo Hunt, played a huge part in that fixture. It was a good evening in Bristol last night in the men's Premiership. A dismantling of Northampton Saints, then the table toppers for Pat Lam's men. And Pat Lam is in the stands here today, watching on and well aware of the challenge lining that immaculate pitch. Well, Hugo Monnier, it might be a little bit soon for Bears' new arrival to transform things, but the impact of an individual like Ruahei Demant and on a team like Bristol Bears, it can't be overstated, can it?
No, it certainly can't be. I mean, she is an absolute well-beater, and they'll be hoping today we all get to be able to enjoy her qualities and really change their season.
Jasmine Joyce with this place's newest, squishiest cub, Ralphie Joyce Butchers. Alicia's in the stands, Jazz is out on the pitch. Little Ralphie scarcely entering this world. Couldn't have two more formidable, inspirational mama bears. And there she is, fresh off the plane from the land of the long white cloud. One training session under her belt, but 50 caps in black. And back at the scene of the crime. It was semi-final delight for the Red Roses. It was semi-final heartbreak for Ruahei Mant and the Kiwis. Dumped by the Canadians from a tournament that they have come to call their own. Harry Walbaum, who oversaw the 2022 final, earns his first PWR appearance of the season, assisted by Mike Hudson and Hollywood. And it's Anthony Woodthorpe beavering away in the background on TMO GTs. 46 miles of M5 tarmac separate these two geographically, but it is a gulf in terms of form and confidence. A Bear Country, West Country derby, and a PWR debut for a world-conquering Blackfern. Demant with her first strike of the ball in Bears' colours and very ably cleared by Emma Singh.
It's a classy start from both kickers. A lovely restart, but Emma Singh, one of her clear attributes are her just sheer ability to be able to kick the ball so far, so long. We know it's something that Bristol Bears has struggled for, and that's territory. We're going to have to, for their first set piece, try and play their way out of their own half.
Amy Dale, who made that short trip down the M5 over the summer from Gloucester Hartpury, makes her first start all in blue, and Sarah Byrne gets paws on ball for the first time this afternoon. Skews clearing up to halfway. Tiptoe stuff from Singh, who this time opts to keep the ball in hand. Gloucester Hartpury have been going off like fireworks so far in their title defence. 80 points across the combined opening half hours of their matches so far. Hurd finding the Welshwoman Nell Metcalf. Youthful, thrilling operators across both back threes today. Keep an eye on the wingers for both sides. Kate Williams offloading onto her compatriot, Kelsey Jones. Back from that ACL rupture and in best form I think we've ever seen her in. She's really sparkling. Elle Perry. Here is Georgia Brock, her first start at the base since January 2022. Such as the stranglehold that Al Matthews has on that jersey. Hannah Dallavale can't control that on the floor, so we'll come back for an earlier penalty.
Number 9, side.
Bristol didn't do a huge amount wrong there, but just the speed of the ball. That's going to be a fascinating battle at number 9, that's for sure. But what we've seen straight away, Gloucester's first chance to be able to get through the phases. How efficient, how powerful, how many options do they have? When you consistently go through that, you put the defence under pressure. They've been penalised, and now they've got a wonderful opportunity to try and get some points on the board.
Two and a half minutes, all the time it's taken for the league's quickest starters to work their way into the box office. Kelsey Jones with it at the base. Hunt might well fish this out in a moment, told to by Walbaum, but look at the march forwards. Now this is Hurd. Golden delays that deliciously, finding Singh, who's arrived with a head of steam, and the champions to within 3 metres. Brock once, skip pass, Hurd, stutter step, 4 tries already for the Red Roses inside centre this season. Muir, we've seen this short line before. We've seen a different outcome before, just about stopped. Desperate defence from the Bristolians. Here comes Monaghan. Monaghan driven backwards. Beth Lewis chopped, double tackle, fabulous work there. Dale snagging her by the shin bones.
K9, you still got.
The circus playing from sun to shade. Monaghan with eyes for the whitewash. Needs to get it down, does so. They have developed, Gloucester Hartpury, a devastating habit of sparking into life before opponents have even got their boots on.
Try looks good.
Gloucester were speaking about them pre-match. Not the best at getting into the 22 and coming away points. Most amount of entries, but this just shows how efficient they are. From a Bristol perspective, they'll be chatting under the sticks saying, we've actually not missed a single tackle. All we did was give away 2 penalties. But when you invite the champs into your 22, expect this. And what a carry this is from Sam Monaghan. A massive mismatch, huge amount of power, and a cracking opener for the champions.
Emma Singh misses both the seagull and both uprights. 7 plays nil here in Bristol. And Sam Monaghan, with 5 rounds played, has already equalled her best ever try tally for a campaign.
It's a really good finish, had to work hard, pirouetted through that tackle. I mean, Bristol Bears, all they've done today so far is kick off and had to tackle and do lots of that. I'd suggest Demont on this one to maybe try and pick someone else out, because Emma Singh off that restart slapped that ball 50-odd metres, and from then they went on and scored.
Tackle! Don't play it.
Sarah Beckett takes some stopping, but mind you, so does Jones, although her offload has picked out Holly Cunningham. Proud Bristolian, centurion in these parts. And a first chance to see Bears ball in hand. Skews, thrusts that backwards. Dale gathers that. Stood completely still, no momentum with which to work. But there's the free hit.
So you swung round and you ended up hitting the 9.
Yeah, refs having to be so hot on that at the moment. When you've got 2 teams that really want to attack the ball, you've got to be so careful at the breakdown. Hitting and swinging is what we're talking about, then playing the 9.
Hitting the 9, so
I think it's a real good decision. If we're to keep flowing the game, got to protect the 9 to be able to get that ball away. First opportunity now for Bristol Bears inside Gloucester Hartpury's 22.
Bears miraculously ending up with that one back in hand, and here comes a swerving Renika Bonner, who this time last year was playing in something about 20-25 degrees warmer out in Dubai, making her GB7's debut. They missed her.
Advantage over for the knock-on.
Such a critical, crackling cog in that machine. Tatiana Hurd's flown out there and made a right mess of things. No knock-on spotted in all of that. But Gloucester Hartpury have it back, and here's Mia Venner. How fun to be saying all of these Tyros names in the backfield. Venner, Bonner, David, Lovibond. We have got an abundance of riches out wide today, Ugo.
Got to say, Mia Venner, I'm such a big fan of hers. We spoke about it beforehand. Abby Dow retiring, there's certainly going to be an opportunity. She's been a high performer for such a long time, but not just in attack. She's at the top of your screen in lilac there. She's excellent, but not just in attack, but over the ball there, winning that ball. That's exactly what Abby Dow does. Look how quality she is, poaching, getting herself into such a brilliant body position, and then straight into counter-attack.
Bind. Stand up. You're both just falling into each other there. So hookers, take a little bit off, please, a bit more space, and then they can get their binds on this side.
Pam, Dale and Byrne packing down against Muir. Kelsey Jones, there's a Neve on the bench for Gloucester Hartpury, and Elle Parry. And such a bizarre 80 minutes ahead for Amy Dale, who recently left Hartpury University. There she is with the top knot, coached by Sam Monaghan, Maud Muir and Mo Hunt.
Sit.
What can the student do against the masters here? Gallagher up from the base, fizzes that onto Demant. Pivots, finds Bevan, who finds unoccupied turf, and Singh finds herself under a heap of pressure because that first touch was no good. Done well considering.
That is class from Emma Singh, had no right. She was trapped in that corner, but gets Gloucester onto the front foot, which just allows them just a bit of breathing space, get into their shape, but what a hit that is.
Christiana Balogun picking up right where she left off. She became undroppable by the end of Bear's campaign last year. Hunt on clearing duties. Awkward bounce. Bonner looks up, seizes the ball, and is promptly seized by Bethan Lewis.
Hand 7. There if you want it. 7, hand. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you, I didn't see anything. I was trying to make sure your player was onside. So if she starts onside, I can watch her doing it, yeah? On the 5.
Couple of silly penalties at the breakdown for Gloucester Hartpury, just inviting Bristol into the 22.
Come to me, mate.
That's a decent kick there, but you can see a game that truly demands flow. I mean, this from Kira Bevan is exceptional. As a 15, that's a nightmare. Twinkle toes down that touchline and then gets herself out of trouble. She is a quality player. Very few mistakes in her game.
Not straight, competition. Option, Gloucester.
She scores them, she steals them. Sam Monaghan worth her weight in gold, the Irish woman.
Not straight. Gloucester, option.
When you look at the back 5 of the scrum, Sam Monaghan, I mean, she's a proper decent line-out operator, calls the line out onto herself, and how disruptive between her and Singh. Berlin, Gloucester Hartpury out of trouble now. She's now
we're inside.
the leader within that pack, trying to organise this line-out, making sure that they can exit really cleanly and really efficiently.
Quietly, brutally outstanding for club and country Monaghan. One of 4 Irish women now in Gloucester. They signed Nevo Dowd, the loose head, in the week to cover for Mackenzie Carson. Neither side can buy a line out at the moment. Bevan picking out Pam, which always manages an extra yard or 2 snatched on the floor. Gallagher snatched at that. Golden so quick to react. Hunt setting up Metcalf, who's got proper pace. So's Renika Bonner. It's the foot race of dreams at Ashton Gate. Oh no, Metcalf! That is outrageous. Hunt's isolated. Here comes Golden, driven backwards. Gloucester Hartpury have got 80 golden metres in the blink of an eye. Sarah Beckett, that is naughty. Over the top to Mia Venner. Shot the book. Try of the round right there. Velvet rugby from the reigning champions.
Yeah, he's coming on. No worries.
Try's good, fellas.
That's simply brilliant. Gloucester Hartpury, who were defending just a few minutes ago, look how quickly they transition and just chase good space. Mo Hunt just getting the ball away, and then you're right, we love a foot race. But the decision-making as well as the pace is exceptional. Weaves away back in field. Lovely offload to Mo Hunt, who does exactly what she should do. Bides her time. But then this pass from Sarah Beckett. This is silly. And Mia Venner, one of the sharpest shooters in the league, doing what she does so brilliantly well. 2 tries, a counter punch from Gloucester Hartpury. One ball out of power, the other one skill, pace and accuracy.
Anyone? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Happy? Yeah. Everyone.
You've got to say,
Harry, Woody, try was all good.
Sometimes when you're analysing games and looking how you can be a little bit better, Bristol for the first try just gave away 2 penalties punished.
Time back on.
They knocked a ball on 90 metres away from their try line and they've conceded again. That's what a champion side truly does.
Up go the flags, and up clambers Emma Singh, further and further away from those other would-be golden boot acquirers.
Starts with Metcalf, finishes with Venner. It's excellent. Really good pace. but it's also just the rugby IQ, understanding where your players are, and then the ability to connect the dots. And this ball here, wow, sensational.
And for all the ability of Claky George, what an outstanding player she is. She doesn't necessarily make that support line that Lizzie Golden does there. That's the benefit of having that slightly nimbler, full-back fly-half hybrid. They wanted to play today. Speaking to Dan Murphy in the week, the brief was to have some fun out there, to put on a show. They certainly are so far. Love a Bond. That full-back who's played every minute of Bears' campaign so far. Here's Abby Ward, straight over the top of it. Georgia Brock, but denied on this occasion. Muir finds herself in a tango. Free hit for Bears, who would so dearly love to come away with something. Open their account. Bevan spies the half gap. Someone's got to come in support.
Still advantage.
Some big crunching.
Still got 9.
Carries coming through here, but for now, just soaking things up are the champions. Demand with the bounce pass onto Delaney. Burns finds Emma Orr, who's so strong through traffic. What a World Cup Emma Orr had. Pam now. Bevan whipping it onto Skews. Ward with the no-look pass onto Sarah Byrne, who's doing Sarah Byrne things once again. Pulled down.
Advantage over.
7 metres shy. The advantage has expired. Pam, as though fired from a cannon, need to reload quickly. Gloucester Hartpury are at 6s and 7s, and they've only gone and won it back.
It's available. Okay.
Emma Singh, what a turnover. We've seen an outstanding one from Mia Venner, and that's a try-saver.
Surely not another one. This time, pragmatism reigns. Metcalf thumps that right down the throat of Loverbond. Back up to the 22. Balogun. Pam with the clear out, picking and going is Byrne. Her appetite at the moment, unrivaled ball in hand.
No, 2 goes, 2 goes. Didn't clearly lift the ball. Back.
Ward will play scrum half with little Hallie watching on from the stands. Here is Demand, and it's just got awfully loud in here.
It's a knock on.
Only for the ball to be knocked on. Gloucester Hartpury will have the defensive scrum.
Gloucester outstanding in attack so far for this opening 15 minutes, but some of their defensive output. Mentioned Venner, I mean, this is a fantastic tackle here from Singh. But look at her just clamping over the ball. There's a true buy-in.
I don't think so.
And I think you have to get that balance right. They've given away 3 penalties all at the breakdown, only because they go after it so hard. But from 1 to 15, they all buy into this philosophy. And whether it's Venner or Singh in that example there, they're all putting their head in between the wheel of the spokes and making massive plays when it truly matters.
Okay, they're calling HIA on that one. Yeah, it is. Send the player on, please, mate. All right. Yeah, I'm going to come to this side because I think they were both pre-binding on it.
Can you just watch the flanker?
Of course I can. I'm going to come across to this side.
Just on that last one.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark's over here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get them square.
Georgia Brock is leaving the field of play. We
No
kind
foul
of
play for
touched
that
on it, but I
injury.
think it's worth reflecting on the afternoon that she had here
Yeah, no worries.
back in January. It was meant to be all about Ilona Maher's debut,
Just please
her arrival
don't want
in the
commands, okay, so
PWR, but
cramp's fine,
Gloucester Hartpury
fine
trailing
when I
early
say
in the
just
second
so
half,
we've
went
got
on
some space
to
we can
put
next minute.
21
Right.
unanswered points on Bristol Bears in the space of 10 minutes and never looked back.
No, they truly didn't. But this speaks once again to the strength and depth. Georgia Brock, superstar in her own making, goes off. I'll tell you what we'll bring on, the Red Roses captain and one of the outstanding players in the world game, Zoe Oldcroft, sorry, the artist formerly known as Zoe Oldcroft. Zoe Stratford comes onto the pitch.
She lifted the World Cup as Oldcroft, we'll allow it, Ugo. Most actions in the PWR this season. Here she comes. rising from the base.
Back, you're halfway up.
Most line-out steals as well. 18 carries, 20 tackles against Sale Sharks last time out. And her latte art is coming on leaps and bounds, we learned earlier on. There is nothing she cannot do. Oh, and player of the match against Bristol Bears in the semi-final the last time these sides met. Gloucester Hartpury, of course, the side who have single-handedly ended Bears' last 3 campaigns.
Bristol Bears at the moment getting a bit of possession, but for me, I think they're playing too wide too early. Need to show a little bit more punch. Truly, and I know it's cliched, but earn the right to go wide. At the moment, Gloucester are getting over the ball so hard, and so they're playing off slow ball. Mind you, they found an edge here.
It's Bonner on the edge, looks up and sees a loose head to beat. Does that one. Gets past Zoe Stratford. That's a rare missed tackle. Bevan picks out Dale.
Just have a look at the mess that Gloucester are making, the breakdown, everything. I mean, they've got away with that one, going for it so hard, trying to slow the ball down. And we're seeing this inaccuracies in Bristol's game. They're caught between wanting to play their game, but for me, they feel like they're in a rush to get the ball out wide.
Twice now your players have cleared the tackler into the breakdown.
This is it. Once again, I mean, they're putting so much pressure. That's legal, that's fine.
Let the tackler get out there. Don't put them back in. Okay? Twice now.
Abby Ward, of course, the sole captain now at Bristol Bears for this season, with the retirement of Amber Reid, who's joined their coaching staff instead. An essential figure. Brilliantly done by Emma Singh, who's just having one of those days. Apologies if you heard any slightly fruity language drifting onto our referee's microphone there. Frustrating when you win a penalty and then Emma Singh plucks it out of Bristolian skies, and she's done it again.
22 is on. She's just, whether it's ball in hand, Mo Hunt's chasing it. Oh.
Blades of grass in that one. Too casual by far from Lucy Skews. Shades of Rodri Iskro at Kingsholm yesterday. Don't stick a toe on an oval-shaped ball. Gloucester Hartpury making such a mess of this. Balogun doing everything she can to remain outside of that dead ball area. And once again, the champions have turned pressure into territory as though pulling a rabbit from a hat.
I mean, this is a horrible position now for Bristol to negotiate. Gloucester Hartpury all over them, like a swarm of bees, just trying to suffocate them. There is no room to manoeuvre. It's like playing rugby, but at altitude. It's so tough, so stressful. Your output and your accuracy has to be optimum.
Well, they've done well. Bought themselves a couple of precious metres because the dead ball areas are tiny here at Ashton Gate.
And that ball had to go out.
Back they come, a lilac wave. Dan Murphy before us in the coach's box points out wide. They send it back infield and it skittles off Venner's shins. Turnover ball. Ward looks up, opts to hit the deck.
Scrum advantage.
Oh, they'll play here. Bevan with a moment of sorcery. Such a swashbuckling playmaker. She's leathered that and will chase. Stratford is quick though. Even faster is Metcalf. The ball in play time at points in this game has been shattering. Lovabond and Skews in the backfield. How will Gloucester Hartpury opt to clear?
Well, if I was them, I'd be getting this ball off the pitch and just resetting. Everyone could do with a break. I mean, and that's another cracking kick. A settler, I'll tell you what, Emma Singh's forwards will absolutely love her for that. But this break here from Kira Bevan, that's a one-on-one of Mo Hunt, who was in at that guard position. So fantastic kick, would have wanted that to travel near to that touchline. But Metcalf does really well. So composed, keeps the ball alive. And Gloucester settle down and get the ball away.
Kira Bevan, who put pen to paper earlier on this year to commit to a 7th season in Bristol and has got a new housemate. She's living with Demant. Two of them under one roof.
Maul.
For the first time in some time, Bears get their drills right. Demant wants this one. The decoy line from Gallagher skews on the switch, and that's how they play their rugby, Bears, with a 10-12 axis. Reed and Aitchison last season. Skews and Demant today. We've seen the first quarter of that partnership. Burns with a clatter.
This territory game which we're talking about from Bristol, which they often struggle with, this is a great example of how I think they should be managing it. When you've got Bevan, Demant should perhaps be looking to put boot to ball. Yes, there was opportunity out there, but for me, once again, the ball's too slow and Gloucester's line speed is too quick. And all they've done is go a number of phases, haven't gone anywhere, and offered up a position. I love the ambition. I love seeing what they're trying to do, but it's not just quite clicking against this champion-beaten side.
Yep, very happy, thank you.
They kick the least from hand in the league, and they kick the shallowest. It's one of the reasons they brought in that athlete there. The box of tricks, a wily head, a sense of what's needed to convert the entertaining rugby of Bristol Bears into winning rugby.
Bind. Set. Go to the ground, please. Space. Hit up, please, both of you.
Nice help. Come on, boss. Let's keep it there. Seconds. Nice work, Al. Let's go. Second.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Gloucester Hartpury won 13 of the last 15 between these two sides. Looking to grow that number. Singh cleaves through all by herself, looks right, looks left, eventually toppled. Support wasn't quite there, but they go so quickly. The recycling from the champions. Maud finds Perry, finds Whitewash. Well, there's nothing quite like a Sunday at the circus. The champs have 3. Bristol need to find something in retaliation.
It's high quality, isn't it? Everything about it. It starts with the speed of Mo Hunt, the power then of Singh. Have a look at this. But one-on-one, she's dangerous, she's deadly. And then for me, the killer blow is just how quick they recycle the ball. Look at the Bristol defenders trying to get back on side, can't recover. That offload versus this one, and Perry, power, and a third try.
Emma Singh just keeps enjoying her afternoon down in BS3. And I wonder, Ugo, what is impressing you most here? The scoring ability of the reigning champions, or the way they've soaked up everything Bears have thrown at them?
Just how ruthless they've been. Their ability to get into the 22 and just come away with points. Honestly, their speed of ball, and I think their continuity and connection, that's outstanding. 2 props combining, offloading through power. But people often talk, why don't more teams offload? I'm like, yeah, I think that's such a great point, but that is the outcome of being able to dominate contact. In Gloucester, when they're on the front foot, they're able to get their arms free and create some of those holes, but they're turning those holes into dents and those dents into tries.
Okay, let's go, please.
We've had confirmation that Georgia Brock will be remaining off the field, having failed her HIA, so Stratford is staying with us. And that the difference perhaps between George and Golden. You get the support lines and the athleticism with Lizzie Golden, but you don't quite get the yardage.
Exactly that, but they've actually mixed it up quite well. I've seen Emma Singh just sitting in the pocket and Mo Hunt looking to her, because she had another 30 metres onto that kick. It's so efficient.
Monaghan collecting line-out steals like panini stickers. Beckett with a little bit of footwork and then an awful lot of horsepower. You can feel the rev count from up here in commentary. Maudmuir onto Singh. Hurd with a little acceleration. Dallavale, oh, they're just unplayable right now, the champions. Singh bursts them into the 22, bodies in motion. Fluid patterns and instinctive eyes up rugby. Venner has to check herself together, that one.
Knock on.
But they've got a free hit to work with here, and Nell Metcalf is screaming for it. Well, fascinating to get the thoughts of someone from the Bristol coaching box after all of that. The newly retired Amber Reid is in a tracksuit and she's alongside Jenny Drummond.
Thanks very much, Claire. Yes, Amber, apologies about the timing coming to here. But look, how on earth do you slow down Gloucester Hartpury?
Yeah, I think we're giving them a lot of ball from our errors, our handling errors. Their second try came from us being 10 metres out from their try line, and then they break to score, and they're just really clinical. So we just need to make sure that if we're going to kick, we try and keep it away from Singers. She's been great with the boot so far and put it in behind. So yeah, just trying to stay away from her, find spaces if we do need to move the game, and just to be a little bit more clinical when we've got ball in hand.
Composure-wise, I mean, it's not easy to be 3 scores down as well. How do you kind of compose yourselves at this point and not let the half run away from you any more than it has done?
Yeah, I think we've strung some really good D sets together. We just need to make sure that we do it further up the pitch in Gloucester's half. If we do that, then we can build the confidence and get after it. But yeah, it's just having some attacking ball rather than just D sets in there as well, which will help. We know we can score tries from everywhere. We've got a dangerous back three. Yeah. It's just about stringing a few more phases to open up Gloucester a little bit more.
Well, look, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Gloucester Hartpury have an advantage to flex here as they go in hunt of a bonus point inside 30 minutes. Golden on now to Monaghan. It takes 2 bears to stop her. Grislier than the lot of them. Sam Monaghan this afternoon. Stratford on earlier than she'd have expected, but she grabs an extra yard. Beckett's to the short side, but they pick and they go again, and Monaghan is so close to those painted blades of grass. Beckett's there. Quick hands onto Williams, onto Hurd. Try time. Tatiana Hurd with her 5th of the season, the bonus point inside 30 minutes. And the Circus very much in cruise control.
They truly are. They truly are. And just picking up on what Amber Reid said, you know, I think I look at those 4 tries and I reckon 3 of them have come from their mistakes, playing too deep in their own half. And then when you once again invite that pressure, that power, that quality, I mean, they're all standing still here, hands down the line, bang, bang. Thank you very much. That's the 4th try. They do make it look so simple, but for anyone thinking, well, that's just really, it's not. They make it look simple because they're so highly skilled at what they do.
Singh puts the cherry on top of the cake. That is Gloucester Hartpury's 14th consecutive try bonus point. And Tatiana Hurd grows her lead at the top of the try-scoring leaderboard.
Yeah, Bristol will be slightly disappointed in this because it's passive on your try line when you want to be getting up, hair on fire and trying to shut down the space. Tatiana Hurd, who's such a linchpin in that centre, scored a hat-trick against Exeter just a few weeks ago, 1 from 50. That one, not so far, but worth exactly the same amount of points.
Tap trick, please. Come on, Hugo. It's important we get these things right. She was so uncomfortable with it. That was my favourite thing about Tatiana Hurd after her first Premiership hat-trick. She said, scoring is not my thing. She is in that side for different stuff, front football, making space, making others look good around her, but sometimes she deserves a bit of limelight.
I wish I was brilliant at doing things that just weren't my thing. I mean, 4 tries in 3 matches is quite a reasonable outcome for something that you perhaps try and shy away from. As a centre.
Just we're in this half.
She's also spoken recently, really beautifully, about the fact that she realised after winning a World Cup and finally achieving everything she's ever wanted in rugby that she doesn't need to take life and rugby quite as seriously.
Not straight at the front.
Given herself permission to take the pressure off this season, to enjoy her rugby. And there's another little win for the table toppers.
Option, please. Line out, thank you. Bristol on the line.
So for those wondering, that was uncontested and not straight. That is absolutely correct, but when you are thrown to the front of the line out, it has to still go right down at the middle. Gloucester have now opted for their liner, and you can't blame them.
They're on the line.
Been impeccable so far.
Let's go, please.
I'll say that, and this won't go straight now, will it?
Barnage.
Just as I'll say.
Ugo, come on.
Keep moving back, good. Oh.
Bears have it back. Have to capitalise on these infinitesimal blemishes on the Gloucester Hartpury copybook. Have to make something of this. Dale. Smashing up against Kelsey Jones. He's wearing a jersey that she so would have loved to have inhabited. Came to Bristol in search of game time. Balogun driven backwards.
Thank you.
Bevan finding skews in the Gloucester Hartpury line speed.
Well, they've got to get rid of the ball. I mean, they're trying to get to the edge. They've turned the ball over once again. That, for me, was a ball that needed to be kicked. But they're hell-bent on just trying to play it. I love it. I love it. But we don't just want to see aesthetically pleasing rugby. You want to see rugby that really matters and actually works. At the moment, 32 minutes into it, that is what I want to see more of. And that's a cracking kick. And they will get the ball back because it's come off a Gloucester Hartpury hand.
Well, their fifth kick in the space of 33 minutes. It's something I know Katie Daly-McLean feels very strongly about, so perhaps we'll head down in a moment and get her thoughts on that. But it has been the thorn in their sides, Hugo. The Bears' way is gorgeous rugby, but the point is they've not won a trophy, and Gloucester Hartpury have 3 of them.
Got me throw.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A World Cup winner in Katie Daly-McLean.
Okay.
MBE, very good at being able to control the game. I can see her from here, she's laughing.
Borna had so long to watch that, to overthink that, but did really well. Takes it safely, brings them in safely away from the touchline too. Pam, with one of those livid carries that she's become so famous for. Ward, Byrne, Demant.
Which one first?
It's again.
2 knock-ons.
It's again.
Scrum, Gloucester ball.
Seeing so much of this. And when I look at the brains trust of this Bristol side, surely at some point they get together and figure out that they have to change it.
Well, I know that Katie Daly-McLean's TED Talk, if she were to give one, is Bristol Bears should kick the ball more, but I believe our resident MBE has got something else she wants to tell us about.
I do. You know me, Clay, I've always got an opinion. I think, look, pitch side, it's great, but what I'm really enjoying is the way Gloucester are moving the ball, their ability to keep the ball alive, and for me that's what's causing Bristol a load of problems. You know, they're not letting the ball die, break down speeds really quick, but they're moving everything off the ground, and at risk of agreeing with Hugo again, I've already said it, and he's already said it, is that moment of just not letting Bristol get set. So I think it's something that Bristol will talk about in half-time, but something that Gloucester are doing extremely well.
Katie, just on that, we've got 5 minutes till the end of the half, and for 34 minutes it's not worked. If you're a leader out on that pitch, what conversations would you be having in these huddles to say, it's not working, we've got to shift?
Yeah, look, it's interesting, isn't it? It's also started to rain down here as well. So for me, I think we've talked about this. You've got to use that territory to game. You've got Demont, you've got Kira Bevan. Go and pin Gloucester in their 22 and try and build a bit of pressure, because ultimately, like you say, what they're doing at the moment isn't working. It's not giving them any field position. It's not letting them capitalise with the ball in hand either.
Oh, from a World Cup winning fly half in your ears to one on your screens. Ruhe Demant's first outing in Bears colours. So far, a torrid 35 minutes. And we haven't really seen her do her thing either. They've not had enough ball. They've not had enough good ball. And theirs is a DNA founded on that bedrock of front football, quick rock speeds, go forwards.
You wonder if she was one position in at 10, would they play slightly differently? Would she recognise this and get rid of it? But for now, it's all about defence.
Stratford, Hunt, business partners, rugby partners. We'll have another line out. And talking about the Bears playmakers, of course, Amber Reid retired, Holly Aitchison headed a long way up to Salford, signing for Katie Daly-McLean's very own Sale Sharks. And Phoebe Murray, who was the heir apparent to that jersey, dislocated her kneecap 21 minutes into their campaign. They're plugging gaps. And their line-out continues to prove stodgy. It's 5 lost, 1 every 7 minutes. So here come Gloucester Hartpury.
No, 5, no, not with her there.
The quickest ruck speed in this competition, doing it again. Bears come around the corner, give away the penalty. Pam not rolling. Perry with a try already, and Gallagher to contend with. Lewis to within 5, switching the point of attack, arriving at pace is Sarah Beckett. Well, you're not stopping Sarah Beckett from there, not with the grisliest Bears in all of Bristol.
She's a powerhouse. I remember watching her in the semi-final and the final. What massive matches she had last year. Such an imposing figure. I love how Mo Hunt has so much time because of the power and the platform, the level of clearer that they're given, then the options in around left and right. But when they get 5 metres out, it is one route and it is only one way, and one way that's truly been working for them so far this game.
A flick of the braids, a swing of that prodigious beat. Emma Singh ensures that it is 35-0, a point a minute, pretty much, for the side who call themselves the Circus.
Oh, a year's a long time in sport. They won the semi-finals by 36 points. They've wrapped that up, almost beaten that record in, say, 37 minutes. So you ask the question, what's the motivation for Gloucester? They've done it all. A lot of these had a season of their wildest dreams, their 3rd title of Rugby World Cup, and they're back out here in their 5th game, taking names.
On a dime from Demant, and it has the desired effect.
Not quite into touch option. Scrum.
Really good opportunity now. First things first, get this scrum right. Sarah Bound will be looking to do her level best to be able to get the right-hand side of that scrum as we can see it closest to her, so that Bristol can maximise the amount of time and space that they have out in this back line.
Bevan finds Skews. David finally gets her hands on the ball, last season's top try scorer. 2 of them coming against Gloucester Hartpury. Bears with one final attempt to do something before the break, and Demant is through the gap, fizzes it in field, and Gallagher can't gather. It's excruciating stuff, and just before our commentary position, Scott Lawson slams his notebook shut and wearily heads from his seat.
That was their moment, wasn't it? Demont, excellent. Almost feeling like she's had enough. Right, I'll do this all on my own. And she does exactly that. She treads water, lovely ball inside, and you're thinking for Bristol, that is their moment. They've barely been in Gloucester Hartpury's 22 this half. And that left-handed sided scrum, we got to see some of their star quality and power on debut. Probably not having the impact she's won, but you've got to say she's perhaps also not been given the platform that she's used to and certainly needs to be able to do her stuff. A quality player.
Yeah, the stadium finger, I think. The stadium clock is right, yeah.
Speaking volumes, I think that having had one training session with this group, she's already one of the leading voices in that huddle.
I was hearing earlier that Sarah Byrne, a World Cup winner, said that only after one session she's the best player she's ever played with.
Wow.
Or trained with.
Well, they're just trading compliments then, because I asked Sarah Byrne, I asked Ruha Demant rather in the week, which player from Bristol she was most excited to play alongside. And of course she said Burner. When they have everyone fit, they are such an impressive outfit. And again, we've mentioned the absence of Phoebe Murray, but they're also without Lana Skeldon, Eliane Clark. They've not got at the moment Ronita Marston-Mulhern, missing Holly Phillips, missing Lark Atkin-Davies. These are international names, world-class names. There's something in the water, Pat Lamb said in the week here in Bristol, because both their men's and their women's sides have got physio beds that are groaning.
Yeah, Hannah Bottomon on the bench. She can make a difference. She's an outstanding rugby player. So we know they've got quality, but what we need to see, Abby Ward, another one, they've got so much quality wherever you look. But it's not about the individuals as we're listing them, it's how they can come together as a collective with a game plan to create a greater sense of equilibrium between them being themselves, which we know is all singing, all dancing, but also, and I'm hastened to say this, but this is the game, being pragmatic and giving themselves the best opportunity in the best positions of the pitch. And I'm sure that's exactly what they're discussing now in their units.
Hooker, that's the mark. Time on.
2 years, 2 long years since Bristol Bow were scoreless heading into the break in a Premiership game of rugby. 7-0 in 2023 up against Gloucester Hartpury, and 2 years as well
Crouch
since Gloucester Hartpury had a half-time lead this big.
Bind. Sit. It's time. Just make sure you tap it.
Well, that, Mo Hunt says, will be that. And who can blame her? A well-deserved break for the champions. Looking for that 10th straight win on the road, and with the most comfortable of half-time buffers. 35-0 here at Ashton Gate, with tries for Monaghan, Fenner, Perry, Hurd and Beckett. They have come to Bear Country with a point to prove, and I think it is safe to say that they are proving it. Well, we've got little critters all over Craig Doyle at the Stonex. We've got little Ralphie Joyce Butchers watching on, less than a week old, with Alicia, his wife Jazz, is potentially one of those behind the glass marked break in case of emergency available to Scott Lawson. We've got Hallie Ward watching on from the stands. Actually, I think those small ones clambering all over Craig feels like a fairly accurate representation of how Gloucester Hartpury have been all over Bristol Bears, suffocating the side, currently languishing down in 8th in the standings. And looking every inch, the side sat at the summit of this league. With a win today, they will leapfrog Saracens back into top spot with an unblemished 25 out of 25 possible points. And they've even gone, just to compound Bristolian woes, and brought Hlakey George on for the second 40 here at Ashton Gate. There she is, all smiles. She started the last 13 for Gloucester Hartpury at fly half, and speaking to Dan Murphy in the week, he wondered if their Achilles heels at the moment might be the fact that they are so reliant on Hunt and on George and on Matthews, but this is what they're attempting to do, to get some rugby in the legs of wider squad members, to try some other combinations, just to make sure that down the line there's no injury-shaped stumbling block as they head for an unprecedented Premiership four-peat.
Okay.
The word dynasty is starting to be whispered at Queensholme. So 5 converted tries to the good. Bears with nada in response. But you imagine, Hugo Monnier, that the words at half-time from Tom Luke, from Scott Lawson, from Rhys Oakley is reset the clock, reset the scoreboard, go again, it's 0-0.
Exactly that. You have to fight for something, and you can't ever feel as if you're out of the game. Gosh.
And Bonner grabbing a fistful of lilac jersey and eventually hauling down Mel Metcalf, but it's an inauspicious start because this one has been all about territory and suffocation, and Gloucester Hartpury are back to their wicked ways with less than a minute on the clock. Hunt picking out the Red Roses captain. Picking out Maud Muir, fellow Red Rose.
Play on.
It's now Kelsey Jones. Returned from that
Tackle now.
monstrous knee injury with a brace in their opener. Here now, Monaghan, trial ready to her name in this one. Maud Muir once more ricochets off Ward. Hurds just about tackle. Better defence this from Bristol, but you sense the dam might eventually burst because Gloucester Hartpury
Use the line, Bristol.
have a handy habit of grinding defences to dust.
Use it.
Stratford at the base. Little help from Williams. Here is Lewis. There's the try. A 6th score. And it's the woman with the big top tattoo on her forearm who scores for the Circus.
Just watching the Bristol coaches come out the lift and take their seat just as that intercept pass was collected, and they find themselves on their try line again. This is it here.
Just looking for an
The
angle.
idea is spot on, the execution not so much. And it's become an inevitability, hasn't it, with Gloucester. This is the punch here. It was given. Oh, I'm not sure that's a try. I think that's an outstanding tackle there from Simi Pam.
Okay.
Ref was very quick to give it, and we like a decisive referee. However, it's a brilliant position. Can only give what you can see, but I've got the beauty of a replay here. I'm not so
no
sure.
clear evidence to overturn your on-field decision.
Thanks, right.
Well, they took a good look at it. Harry Walbaum and Altiemo Anthony Woodthorpe. Try will stand. It's 40 up for Gloucester Hartpury. In fact, it's 42 because Emma Singh continues to drill those conversions right through the sticks here at Ashton Gate. Stratford. adding to the pile of work she's already got through since a slightly earlier than planned introduction. Della Valle on now to Lewis and Metcalf. 3 Welsh women there working their way up that wide channel. In fact, there are 4 athletes on the field right now who've captained Wales. We're not far from the bridge. And some national titans in club colours today. Muir. Back on onto Hunt. Stratford spots his soft shoulder and does well to bundle over the top of it. Burns back into that defensive line, and yet again, all the pressure going from left to right. Gloucester Hartpury onto Bristol. And that's some shot from Metcalf.
It's a great kick from Cleaky George. That, for me, was a wonderful illustration of how to manage the game. Not going anywhere for 2 or 3 phases, put pressure on Bristol. Now look where Gloucester can go and attack from again.
Again, they come. And Bristol will be wondering what they can do to get a foothold in this fixture. Although they've not got time to wonder, they've only got time to suck air in and defend for their lives. Demand with free ball. Bevan, Burns.
No! There. Keep moving, thank you.
Cunningham and Pam doing what they can to keep that ball blue.
Tackle now, 4.
This is the point here where they've gone a couple of phases, and that's exactly the type of kick I want to see. Hitting turf, getting up the pitch, 2-3 phases, and you can hear the ripple of applause there from the crowd who really appreciate what's been missing.
Yeah,
this is Cleaky George, not going anywhere. Tell you what.
Yes, of course you can. Just let me do that.
Just roll the ball in behind. It might not look like anything, but the pressure that comes from it
10
puts it upon their skill set, and Gloucester Hartpury win the ball back in a couple of phases. That's great management.
Just hold, Holly, please.
Bevan, though, with the smarts to kick it. And it's even gone and brought the sun out in doing so. So a bit of a reshuffle. Mia Venner was off the pitch at the start of this second half, undergoing a head injury assessment, but she has passed that, so she is back on. Lizzie Goulden is done for the afternoon. Cleaky George in at fly half, as she has been for so many of those historic days in Gloucester Hartpury's recent history. 56 of the last 62, the last 15, 92 tries in the process.
I thought you had the ball in
a
the
change at head coach, but hardly any amongst their personnel. Nothing to the style of play. It's cookie cutter winning rugby.
Any word, Jenny? Say it again.
Shoulder straight to head.
I'm not sure.
Because that's what my HA was for.
Where?
In the ruck in the middle of the field.
Come on. Run it over. Not straight, no competition.
Hurd wearing 12. Muir at tight heads. George fixing, swerving, and then picking out Beckett.
Back.
You see the slight difference in styles between Gloucester and Bristol. They go so tight. Hunt chase the space and then unleash the speed in Mia Venner.
Ball's gone forwards. Renika Bonner rises with it. 2 blisteringly quick wingers in quick succession. Singh has got Bonner breathing down her neck, but she stretches out those languid limbs. They get the job done eventually, but it's harum-scarum stuff.
Missed the ball, back.
Deceptively quick, Emma Singh.
Space out wide now.
Space out wide and a tight head in the 5-metre channel.
I would back Lord Muir from there. I think the first mistake she's made since 1995. This is class, though. This break here, lovely offload. Mia Venner steps off the right. and you feel that this is going to be another 7-pointer, and that is a fantastic tackle from Bonner, who then goes on to counter-attack. I've got to say, this foot race is exceptional, but look how well Emma Singh does. Gets her hands to the ball and just flicks the ball up, actually slightly accidentally. Effective nonetheless, but it's been that type of transition game.
Well, so comfortable is the hold that Gloucester Hartpury have on this fixture that they are able to bring on a debutant with more than half an hour to play. It's good afternoon and welcome to the PWR. Molly Bunker turned 21 last week, the Hartpury University student. Made her debut for England under-20s in July in a midfield alongside Gloucester's Millie Hyatt, and she replaces Tatiana Hurds. They are properly excited about this young lady. And also on into the fray, wearing 19, there she is, Steph Els, her first appearance of the season. The England under-20s captain, the Scarborough RFC graduate who's being mentored by Zoe Stratford. I mean, that's why you come to Kingsholm, to work with world-class athletes like that.
Exactly that. Huge moments for both of them. For Molly Bunker, I know her dad because I'm old. And I can tell you one thing's for sure, she's far more talented than what he ever was.
No comment on that, but no doubt he is bursting with pride. Demant in at first receiver with a little shimmy in the half break. Swiftly to it, Bevan skews this time out wide to Lovibond, who knocks it on. And Millie David was all of us in that moment with that despairing shrug of the shoulders. They are as low in the standings as they have been since May 2021. Down in 8th, having lost 7 of the last 12. Soon to become, you suspect, 8 of the last 13.
Must be so frustrated because when he looks across the pitch, he sees so much talent. Unfortunately, it's been pretty well hidden and it's been pretty well curtailed by Gloucester. So many unforced errors, so un-Bristol-like. We can talk about some of the tactical stuff, but unforced errors makes it impossible to be able to mount any level of pressure on the opposition.
What a scrum, what a nudge from the side, currently leading the charge, setting the pace in this competition. Hunt, though, puts that out on the full by a matter of inches.
Sorry.
I love a scrum when it's executed like this. This is sheer power.
Yeah.
A collective and 8. Zoe Stratford at the back,
closest to the 10,
just managing that ball.
Yeah, keep
with the
going
work done in
backwards.
front, especially from that tight 5.
Yeah. About
I
there,
mean, when
mate.
you look across the checklist of what rugby looks like, transition good, defence good, power game great, ability to be able to control territory fantastic, red zone execution, Gloucester Hartpury have it all. They tick every single box.
Bristol, line's yours.
It begs the question, what will it take to stop them? Trailfinders in their own backyard next Saturday live on TNT Sports. Then they get a bye week, then they head to Welford Road.
Okay, let's get the sub on.
If there were one player on all of Planet Rugby, Ugo, who could be a spanner in the works, you suspect it's the athlete that's just walked onto the field here.
Backwards.
Hannah Bottoman, welcome back to the PWR. Her first outing of the season, and that no good from the home side. Luckily under advantage. So Hannah Bottoman back from a procedure on her knee off the back of winning the Rugby World Cup. Yeah. Imagine. Why is Hannah Bottoman out? Oh, her Troy Bolton impression.
Iconic.
Mays in London, title winning with Saracens, but these days part of the fabric of this place. In fact, parts of its granity foundations. But she will be shortly pitting her wits and her bolder shoulders against this lot, a whole new front row. Gloucester Hartpury's very own bomb squad, Neve Jones, Rani Samuda and Cecilia Tuipulotu. After a pretty much 5-star performance from those three. Skews finds Byrne, and you could hear the sound of her hitting Lewis there through the referee's microphone. Demant down the short side.
Just a knock on. 2 hands to the ball, just a knock on.
It's a couple of times they've tried to go blind, but Gloucester's defence, especially in that wide channel, the second to last defender, this time it's Mo Hunt, and it's a bit of fool's gold. So they offer that space in that wide channel, there is an overlap, but to get there, it's very difficult. Demont trying to get the ball over the top, and Mo Hunt gets hands very close to that.
Dan Murphy watching his charges with an 100% win rate underneath that distinctive lilac beanie.
Set.
Hannah Bosserman is back in the PWR.
Who said took a binder?
One scrum, one pen. One former World Player of the Year, tasked with drilling this as deep as she can, because I don't believe we've looked left since play resumed. She is a force of nature. Straight in on lifting detail. Bevan skews. Byrne. We've seen that pattern over and over again, but still nothing going in attack for Bristol. This time Demant skews. Love the bond. There's 3 of them in this wide channel. David at last gets her hands on it. The way ahead was thick with lilac jerseys. Penalty. Bevan will go quickly. It's how she likes to play her rugby, but needs a little bit of support here as she scampers off on an adventure. Burns was calling for it, but it's just skews through her fingertips. Here we go. Something might be about to open up. Gallagher tips it on to Bonner with the goosey. Venner's tackle just as robust on that side of the ball, off the foot of Byrne. Tuipulotu
knock on from Gloucester.
Watches on as Samuda pounces upon it.
It's a lot brighter, wasn't it? Got some tempo into the game. Quick tap from Kira Bevan. They're in such good position here. Not perfect by any means, but then they go and chase that space. Potential forward pass there, but we play on. Look how dangerous Bonner can be. She's just been desperate to get the ball into space. Such a powerful, deadly runner. Twinkle toes down that touchline, does so well to recycle it. But now Bristol have a brilliant opportunity, a position I haven't been too familiar with, and that's in Gloucester Hartpury's 22. But yeah, she desperately needs to get more ball.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Just hit the tunnel, okay?
Here comes Demant all by herself, an incisive, hard line. Bottomman fancies a carry, fancies the beating of Bethan Lewis, and gets that job done with relish. Byrne. Over the top of it is Ward and Balogun. Bevan looking for quick ball, needing quick ball, gets it, ships it on. Big, meaty drive here from Dale. Fine work from the young hooker on her first start. Bevan, Bottomman, to as close as Bristol have been all match long. They have been wasteful ball in hand, but at last, finally, they might get something for their troubles.
Time off. Okay, Woody.
Yep.
I'm coming up to you, mate. Okay, I've got the ball ending up on the line, but I think she's lost control of it. So On-field decision is going to be no try, because I think she's lost the ball before she gets it to the line.
Okay, checking grounding, on field, no try.
I think she's lost it. Yeah.
So it's Evie Gallagher on the ball.
Oh, that's a try. I think Evie Gallagher is in total control of that.
It looks like one.
This will be the best angle, I think.
But is
No,
it compelling
the
enough
reverse,
evidence
the
to overturn the on-field?
The first angle was the best. This is it here. She's still in control, no separation. There's the adjust. That's a try for me.
So, Harry,
Yeah.
for me, there is no separation, and she presses the ball.
Yeah.
So you have to overturn your on-field decision and award a try.
Brilliant, thank you, mate. So you've got her always in possession, and then she pushes down on the ball. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay, so try's good.
It's Evie Gallagher with one of those livid carries that we love her for. A shock of pink hair. And the first points of the afternoon for Bristol Bears.
Yeah, it's taken them 55 minutes to get this crowd up on their feet and celebrating. We've got to say, so much better from them. Simplifying their game and using some of that star quality, which I'll show you after this conversion.
Kira Bevan, under the watchful eye of World Cup winner turned coach Amber Reid. Strikes that sweetly.
And it's amazing what can happen. Have a look at this, right. So you get the ball out, former World Player of the Year, gets you over the advantage line, perfect. Who comes around the corner? The World Cup winner, Hannah Bottoman, gets you onto that front foot, fights for every single inch. Then that third phase, another World Cup winner in Sarah Byrne. When you can connect the dots of that quality, it gives you positions for another quality player like Evie Gallagher from just a few metres to go out and convert a much-needed try.
Evie Gallagher has now scored in her last 4 outings for Bristol Bears, and she's in the midfield now. Some changes
Oh, come on.
made for the
I think
Bristolians.
she's in line with her when she knocks it. If I'm wrong, the team will
Agreed.
correct me.
So this
But
Bears
No,
scrum will
agreed.
now
And the players in line.
include Aisha Jar and Gwen-Ann Hopkins.
So frustrating. Because from a coaching perspective, you'll show that picture on a Monday and
Has
say,
checked it.
was there space
You think
out
she's
there?
in line
Yes,
as
did
well,
we create an
rather than clearly in
overlap?
front, so
Absolutely.
scrum.
Then just
Okay.
comes down to skill execution. So I can talk about playing from too deep. That was perfect for me. Lovely shape. Created a 2-person overlap. But some of their skills, unfortunately, put them under pressure. And that's exactly what the coach should be talking about.
Crouch.
Meryl Smith in the background as well, another playmaker currently unavailable to Scott Lawson.
Set.
Not far off by all accounts, the mercurial Scottish fly half. Back to the champions, back to Zoe Stratford, who has just disdainfully sent Bevan back 5 metres or so.
That was actually disrespectful, wasn't it?
No care in the world. Rachel Lund with another disdainful bump. Fresh from a hat-trick up against Sale Sharks, Rachel Lund. And a free hit. Just when Bears thought they might have had a toe hold, a pinky toe hold in this game. Here come these Lilac Crusaders. Ironically, they seem to have poked a bear of their own.
That's a legal rip there. We come back. Thanks. Tackler all clear.
Demand with the strip there. The moments she has had have been bright.
And this is the sheer power. Zoe Stratford, look at this. Oh my goodness. Pinballing players out of the way. Quick ball, reigns supreme. And Rachel Lund just fancies a little crack at it as well. Bosh, take a seat. And she obliges.
Stratford brings that one safely down, and so swiftly to the base is Niamh Jones, fresh from opening her try-scoring account for the season. Not this time. I'll tell you what, Bristol's replacements have had some impact.
They really have. Small win, and you've got to hunt and chase them mentally just to try and build a sense of momentum. Gloucester obviously really confident in their line-out. Why wouldn't you be? Get themselves really set up. But look at the body height of Bristol here, fighting. Slight loss of the studs there. They hit the deck, and Bristol win the ball back. Unfortunately for them, they do win it back 95 metres away from where they truly want to be. So let's see how they set up. Do they look to be pragmatic and get the ball off the pitch? Or do they look to try and race into space with the ball in hand?
Bottoman well known on these screens in these parts, but alongside we should mention 2 teenage front rowers now for Bears. It is a green bench. Heidi Prashua Taragoon, 19 years old, she's the hooker, and Aisha Jar, the 18-year-old tight head. Coming up against a trademark all-international Gloucester Hartpury front row and going backwards at a rate of knots. Picked up by Else, making her first league appearance of the campaign, the youngster. They've let the kids loose in the playground in the dying stages of this one, although one of them right there is a titan, an established force in Beckett. Stratford, well met by Gallagher. Hunting for a 7th score here. Gloucester Hartpury, Cecilia Tuipulotu, like a torpedo to within an inch or two. Else is there, Monaghan too. Stratford just ambling around the corner, happy to watch for now as her teammates get to work. Looking to turtle them here are Bristol Bears. Over the top, Rachel Lund stretching and scoring. 4 tries in 2 outings for Rachel Lund. And Gloucester Hartpury roll with the punch of Bristol Bears down the other end before delivering a haymaker of their own to come within a whisker of a half-century.
Just flexing their muscles right now. How about this for a scrum? Oh my scrum. That is outstanding. And then they just camp themselves there. They're so patient, so comfortable and competent at what they do. It's a lovely ball from Mo Hunt. And wonderful dexterity there from Rachel Lund.
Try looks good.
Takes the hit, swerves, reaches, and scores again.
So central, so sweetly struck. It doesn't matter today, they've got a 40-point buffer, but that metronomic boot down the line, Hugo, come the business end of this season is just such a weapon.
It's phenomenal. It's not just a result, it's a statement. You'll have all the other teams in the PWR, watching this and wondering, how do we try and rattle the cage of the best team in the land? It's a great conversation. It's quite difficult in practice.
Especially with rugby like this, because Cecilia Tuipulotu is just having a gallop. The freedom of Bristol. Oh, I cannot wait to watch that again. Oh, she's had her pocket picks. But Cecilia Tuipulotu has just trebled her season's metre tally.
Oh, it's excellent. How about this? What a lovely ball there. And then it's about the break versus the breakdown. Hannah Bottoman, she stays in the fight. And then look at that, poacher's dream.
Singh with another one of those conjuring acts, keeps the ball in play quite remarkably. 49 plays 7. It's a training exercise at this stage for the champions, going through the motions. Lovibond picks out Singh, exactly as we know Amber Reid wanted them to stop doing, and that's why, because Singh can slalom her way 20 metres in the blink of an eye. Stratford with the pick and go. Monaghan.
Bottomman at the breakdown. How good is that? The last two breakdowns she's gone after. She wins a penalty off Tuipulotu, and then her just staying in the fight there once again. She tries to get her hands on the ball, realises she can't win it, but she stays in that fight and drives through and wins the ball back once again.
Well, from Hannah Bottomman to another Red Roses legend, Katie Daly-McLean, what have you got for us?
Well, she must have known I was about to talk to her, Claire, because Hannah Bottomman, I think, has come on. She's made a massive impact and just trying to bring a bit of tempo. But another player I want to talk to you about is Emma Singh. You know, she's been immaculate from the tee. We talked about her pre-match, the impact she can make in this game. But in terms of a full-backing masterclass, she has delivered today. Running, counter-attack, her ability to keep the ball in. She's been brilliant for Gloucester, and I think a real instigator in this scoreline.
Katie, stay with us if you don't mind, because Baz are going to look to exit here, and we've talked so much about their game management.
Offside, 9.
Could they have set up any differently there? Do you want to see them change the way they execute those exits?
It's interesting, you know, when you look at teams, you'll prep things in the week about how you exit your red zones or how you exit your 22. I think for those guys, it's about getting some territory, you know. We've seen their scrum get marched back. It's just trying to get yourself a foothold, and exiting well is such a big part of the women's game now.
Katie, thank you very much. We'll let you go and get... You're welcome. We'll let you go and get cosy.
Should be on her 7th cup of tea this game. Haven't got a stat for that, but it's true.
Well, if she's on 7 cups of tea, Hugo, she's on 1 cup of tea more than kicks from hand from Bristol.
That's great, competition.
And just gifted the ball back to Gloucester Hartpury. An errant first throw of the afternoon for Heidi Pashua Taragoon.
Scrum. Well, the Seagulls circling here at Ashton Gate, feeling decidedly vulture-like, because Gloucester Hartpury picking through the carcass Bristol.
Of this Bears outfit, who look a little bit out of ideas, and having unloaded that youthful bench, wonder what they're playing for at this stage.
Yeah, exactly that. And from Gloucester, I'll tell you what, as a 9, as a 10, knowing the platform you're about to be delivered, they will have this scrum going forward, and they'll have every single option for them to try and play any which way that they fancy.
Come closer, please. We've got to stop rocking around on that side, please. Be in control of your own weight, both of you. All right? And on this side, we've got to hit up. We can't be hitting down towards the ground. Keep that elbow up and keep your feet under, please.
Next for Gloucester Hartpury, hosting trail fun is, as you mentioned, a bye and then a trip to Welford Road. It's tough going for Bristol Bears. Down to Sandy Park next week before they host Loughborough Lightning at Shaftesbury Park, and then it's big game at the Big House, taking on Harlequins in front of thousands at the Allianz Stadium. Bunker on and out to Metcalf, so evasive and perfectly placed to gather that bouncing ball was young Bunker. Hunt onto Monaghan, still going, and that is a peach of a line from Sarah Beckett. We'll be thinking about that peach of a pass for a couple of weeks. Tuipulotu on now to Dalavale, crisp handling, sets up Else with 3-4 Bristol jerseys coursing towards her out wide. Samuda dunked by Bottomman. Oh, he's given away the penalty. She's a limpet over the ball usually, but on that occasion illegally so. Beckett, Dalavale, Bunker, not needed on this occasion. Out to Metcalf, beats one, beats the second, dots it down.
Right, Bottomman's fine on the jackal, but
The Circus have 50 megawatt, mega good. You wonder what on earth it's going to take to stop them.
Yeah, pressure personified there. Just multi-phase, multi-threats and quality. Once Bristol run out of defenders. It's just the case. I mean, that's a brilliant step, shift and go. What a lovely finish once again. Metcalfe having, I was going to say, having another brilliant game, aren't they all? That's an outstanding step and go.
Emma Singh, 7 from 7 this afternoon, 20 from 22 this campaign. Flags stay down, but it remains an almighty strike rate.
I was having a conversation before the game about Emma Singh and what is her outstanding attribute. We know she's a wonderful goal kicker, but what she's displayed today is, for me, what the art of fullback's all about. It's been really consistent across a number of things. I think there are very few mistakes in her game. She's a wonderful counter-attacker, a really good finisher, and I think that level of assuredness which you want from the spine in your team, she absolutely brings that.
It was Ellie Kildon who was player of the match on this very pitch against France in that World Cup semi-final, but it won't do Kildon any harm to have Singh breathing down her prolific neck. A nice headache for John Mitchell to have.
Sorry.
Back into the pocket. George partially charged down by the young hooker. Gathered in turn by a pinwheeling Savannah Picton-Powell, who's also on, wearing 22 for Bears. Bottoman, nicely taken. Tilly Ryle, replacement scrum half. Ward, on now to Jazz Joyce, who's with us. Gallagher in those wide channels. Emma Orr. 2 flying Scotswomen in devastating tandem, and it's got louder than it's been for some time here at Ashton Gate. Bears with a bit of field position and an advantage. They can afford to fizz it around here, but they'll lose it forward instead.
Be interesting their option which they take here. You'd ordinarily say kick to the corner, but the line-out hasn't really profited them much success. You probably want to stay away from the scrum. So, but they are opting to go to that corner. Good option. I think what's so important now is just to simplify the call. Try and get away from some of the athleticism. Zoe Oldcroft, I thought she was outstanding when she came off the bench against Harlequins. Dismantled and disrupted that line out. The Bristol now, as you can see in the blue, just in their huddle, just looking to make sure that everyone is on beat, understands what's needed to be able to deliver the ball that's necessary.
Talia John, who over the last few years has headed from Worcester to BS3 to Brecon Thunder to the Stonex and back again, is on. And will be looking to steady a violently rocking Bristolian line-out. Gathered by Burns, just about. Ryle in those red booties to the base. Gwennan Hopkins using all of that strength from a career spent weightlifting to keep that thing up and moving forward. Swift hands onto Orr. Emma Orr still going. The strength of the woman. And speaking of strength, here comes Hannah Bottoman, who's arrived onto the field like a woman possessed. Ryle finding Jar. The 18-year-old just about stopped. Crisply on. Singh had eyes for the intercept. David wrestles herself back in field. Joyce now. It's chaotic stuff. All pattern and shape has broken down, but Bristol still have the ball, still have a scrum advantage. Ryle on to Gallagher, scorer of their only try this afternoon. They've struggled badly in second halves this season, Bristol Bears. Just 5 points in the second 40 between those two outings against Saracens and against Trailfinders. Just 7 points today. Jar lays that back and on to Joyce on an out arcing run, gets the first fend away. Bunkers tackle. Lovely hands there from the young tight heads. Ryle once more, Skew still going. Demant now just a spectator on what's been a long afternoon for Scott Lawson's women. Gloucester Hartpury pride themselves on their defence just as much as they do their attack. Lofted over the top onto David, the flag's gone up. Well, Gloucester Hartpury, as we said, it's such a vaunted defence. And it's held strong yet again then. So let's get the thoughts of actually one of their defensive leads, the ever effervescent Kelsey Jones, I believe, has got an audience of Jenny Drummond.
Thanks very much, Claire. I was about to shout, come on, Bristol! And then I realised, obviously, I'm right in the middle of the Gloucester front row, so I better watch my P's and Q's. But look, ladies, Maud, first of all, your commentary, I reckon you've got a career in it. You haven't stopped talking for the 5 minutes I've been here.
Terrible English, terrible English.
I think it's great. I think maybe some alternative commentary. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. It's friends and family only.
Friends and family. It's a hard no for Maud. Kelsey, how about you? Things are going pretty well right now from a Gloucester Hartpury point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I said it in an interview this week. I don't think we've been able to show full 80-minute performance. I think today is definitely going in the right direction of what we want to be playing, and this week was definitely all about us, and thankfully you can see that on the pitch today. So it's looking like a good score, and try and see if we can keep out now.
Yeah, when it's a derby day as well, do you kind of like revel when you've got this kind of scoreline?
I think
don't be nice.
We try and keep it the same every time, to be honest. Yeah, like look at it as any other game. Obviously, there's competition within the teams, but yeah, any other game, to be fair.
Well, look, ladies, thanks very much. I think I'd be rubbish in the front row. What do you think, Kelsey?
As long as I'm not a prop, I don't mind.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Maud Muir keeping her cards close to her chest there.
Very much so.
Kelsey Jones is full of energy and smiles as ever. How lucky they are at Queen's Home to have their live-in muscular cheerleader in Kelsey Jones. Just a ball of energy. Which is exactly what you could say of Natasha Hunt, who spotted that penalty before our referee had. Neatly cleared by Flaky George there. Well, as you can see from the relaxed bench, they're such a tight-knit group, this Gloucester Hartpury outfit. A flurry of extensions in the off-season. Kept all their stalwarts down at Queen's Home.
They lifted someone, yeah.
They've been entertaining themselves this week with a 5,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that they are assembling on the ping-pong table in their brand new team room at the High Performance Centre down in Gloucester. And of course it is a circus act design. Got to do something to pass the time in between bonus point victories.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Good, keep it up, you two. Up.
Bristol Bears playing for pride at this point in a game which was described in the week as flagship. What it would mean to come away with something here, and even better if it's a screamer from Emma Orr. She's come alive in the last few minutes, the Scottish centre. Hopkins now. A snorting carry through the midfield. Skews. Switching the point of attack, going on a little carry herself. She's caught the champions napping and she'll score a prowler. There has been precious little to cheer about in Bristol for those in blue, but that from Lucy Skews, an audacious 5-pointer.
It's an excellent try, and been waiting to see them connect their dots. But how about this for a start to play? Emma Orr, who I'm such a fan of during the Women's World Cup. Look at that for a line, bisecting the defenders. Massive handoff from Mo Hunt, and then the quality of the ball, the speed of ball, absolutely sensational. Look at this, eat my hand as she runs through. And then Lucy Skews, not quite sure where she's going, no one knows where she's going. Lovely fit of footwork, and over the try line they go. Much deserved.
Extras added. Bristol have 14 for their troubles. But I suspect, Hugo Monnier, that as I ask you your player of the match contenders, they're pretty much all going to be wearing lilac.
Yeah, exactly that. They have been irresistible today, relentless. So many outstanding performers. But there's 4 nominees. Emma Singh, I think she's been absolutely sensational. Sam Monaghan, her line-out work, the nuts and bolts. Sarah Beckett for her output, and then Zoe Strafford coming off the bench early on, sending our best to Georgia Brock. But once again, leading by example and just everywhere, all the time.
In their cherry and white best in those images there, but lilac today. And we will let you know who gets the prize at the full-time whistle. They really like having the final say in fixtures. You wouldn't put it past them with 70 seconds remaining to do exactly the same in this one, to make it 14 of the last 16 against their Bristolian rivals.
So understated. Sometimes you need performers like her, rugby's domestiques, that just go about their business, understanding what that is. Zoe Oldcroft, number 20.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
As in tandem there, Bunker has been everywhere since her arrival. George now looking to create an overlap, which might just see Gloucester Hartpury finish with a fend in the case of Emma Singh, and perhaps a flourish in the form of Nell Metcalf. Stymied on that attempt, but they'll come again. Through Stratford. George.
Okay, 5 off.
Finding Monaghan. Hunt. Onto Beckett. Such a live wire, ball in hand. A club colossus. To a Pelotu. She's been full of beans. Hunt. George.
Knock on.
A rare error. Lovibond, though. Picked up, dumped down.
No advantage, and it's full time.
Neve Jones with the tackle, as is so often the case. And as is so often the case, it's a big grin on the face of Dan Murphy and the Circus at full time. A 100th PWR win for the sides who have this league in a stranglehold and will continue to glide serenely along at the top of the standings. Their title defence looking in the safest and most prolific of hands. Bristol Bears go 1 from 4, and they will need to conjure up something spectacular, even by their standards, if they are to remain in the hunt. But a 40-point margin, 54 plays 14 here at Ashton Gate, and a statement in bold, brash Technicolor from the reigning PWR champions. Hugo, you gave us your runners and riders. I think I've got a feeling who it's going to be, but go on, tell us. Who's your player of the match?
Yeah, well, she's on your screen right now. She was outstanding in every part of the game, whether it was kicking, attacking, scoring tries. Emma Singh is our PWR player of the match.
Well, she received the accolade in the Appleby Derby as Gloucester Hartpury headed down to Sandy Park to take on Exeter a few weeks ago. She's done it again in a West Country derby. Emma Singh, one of the league's standout performers, pulling up trees as Gloucester Hartpury go 25 out of 25 possible table points. It's full time here at Ashton Gate, 54-40.